Hello everyone, today with a new sports video on Out of Bounds, legendary athletes. With the start of the tennis French Open, I would like to come back to 5 anecdotes on and outside of the court that you may or may not have heard about. Let's dive in. Grand Slam tournaments are one of the very few sporting events in which men and women can compete together. This has been the case since 1902 at the tennis French Open, then called the French Tennis Championships. The fact that players could take part in all three singles, doubles and mixed competitions has led to some epic stories, with athletes playing multiple matches per day throughout the tournament. This was the case in 1934 when Jean Borotra, one of the four musketeers with René Lacoste among others, qualified for both men's doubles and mixed doubles finals on the same day. Exhausted after the men's double, Borotra was about to forfeit the mixed final. He was then given a large glass of Cognac. Borotra, who never drank alcohol, finally arrived lurching on the court. The Basque player and his partner Colette Rosenberg, here on vacation with Suzanne Langlaine, finally won in straight sets 7-5, 6-2. Before going into number 4, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check our other sports video after this one. If the Roland Garros Stadium is associated with tennis nowadays, other important sporting events took place in the stadium built in 1928. From ice hockey to gymnastics and fencing, a lot of events were organized there before World War II. The 1938 French Basketball Championship final was even played in this stadium. Roland focuses on tennis after World War II. However, two famous boxing fights were organized at the Porte d'Auteuil. On July 7, 1946, legendary French fighter Marcel Cerdan faced the American Holman Williams in one of the most anticipated fights of the post-war year. While both fighters are injured before the start of the fight, the Moroccan bomber wins after 10 rounds. Cerdan, here with partner Edith Piaf, died 3 years later in a plane crash after becoming world champion. 27 years later, another important fight took place in the stadium, with this time the WBA and WBC belts in play. Argentinian Carlos Monthon won against Frenchman Jean-Claude Boutier. For the anecdote, it is a friend of Boutier and great boxing fan, the actor Alain Delon, who managed to organize the fight at Roland. How could I make a video about the French Open without talking about one of the greatest upsets of the tournament? In 1989, a 17-year-old American, Michael Chang, faces the world number 1 and triple winner of the tournament, Czechoslovakian Ivan Lendl. Led 2-0, the American made an exceptional comeback by winning the third and fourth sets. In the final set, exhausted, Chang takes his opponent's serve but is plagued by cramps. He is even pushed to play lobs against a dumbfolded Lendl in the best line. The finishing blow arrives at 4-3, led 15-30 and threatened to lose his advantage. Chang performs a serve that will remain in history. After winning against Haitian Ronald Agenor and Soviet Andrei Chesnokov, Chang wins the final against world number 3 Stefan Edberg in a new 5-sets game. Chang remains the youngest man Grand Slam winner to this day. During the ceremony, the American thanks Jesus Christ for his win. The mistranslation of commentator Nelson Mohr is a well-known meme in the French-speaking world.
And most importantly for me, I just like to thank the Lord Jesus, because without him I wouldn't have this talent to play tennis.
Et puis j'aimerais également remercier Luigi, me semble-t-il avoir compris.
While the round of 16 match is Chang's most remembered of his 1989 heroic journey, Roland Garros hosted some of the most intense finals in tennis history. In the men's tournament, Björn Borg came back from a 2-sets disadvantage against Spaniard Manuel Orantes to win the first of his 11 Grand Slam titles in 1974. 10 years later, Lendl won against McEnroe 7-5 in the 5th set, in the first of the 2 Grand Slam finals that the two legends would play that year. In 2004, Argentinian Gaston Gaudio also comes back after losing the first 2 sets and saved 2 championship points to win against his countryman Guillermo Coria. 2004, only 1 year before a 19-year-old Mallorcan made his entry in what would become his private playground. The women's tournament also saw breathtaking finals take place between players at the top of their game. In 1973, Margaret Court, 64-time Grand Slam winner, won her last singles French Open against another legend, the American Chris Evert, 7-6, 6-7, 6-4. Evert was not discouraged and now holds the record of 7 titles at Roland. After Kurtz and Evert's retirements, Steffi Graf became the rising star of women's tennis. The West German crushes the competition in 1988, year in which she won all Grand Slam titles in addition to the Olympic title. If her opponent in the final, the Soviet Natalia Zvereva, seems unlikely to win, few imagine that the record will be broken on that day. Graf wins 6-love 6-love in 34 minutes in the fastest Grand Slam final in history. If one could imagine that Graf faced a weak opponent, her victory is all the more remarkable considering the career of Zvereva, who won 20 Grand Slam titles in doubles and mixed doubles. I decided to end this video with what is in my opinion the greatest sporting gesture in the history of the tournament. The French Open men's single final is traditionally played on Sunday. Some finals have been postponed due to bad weather, as was the case in 2012. The 1966 final was rescheduled for much more noble reasons, however. Australia's Tony Roach twisted his ankle the day before the final in a doubles match. The doctor's diagnosis is crushing. Roach will have to forfeit the final. Hearing the news, his opponent, Hungarian István Gulyás, agreed to postpone the final to the next day. Roach finally won the match in straight sets. On this picture, we can see a smiling Gulyás despite losing the only Grand Slam final he would ever play. This, in my opinion, says it all about the character of this mostly unknown tennis player. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I wish you an excellent French Open, hoping that your favorite players will go as far as possible. Feel free to put in the comments your favorite Roland Garros anecdote. I selected these 5 stories, but there are so many others that have made the legend of this tournament. In the meantime, I wish you an excellent day and see you soon on Out of Bounds, Legendary Athletes.